physical media is dying. And it's a hard day to learn all this. Physical media to me has been a lot. It's been games, it's been movies, music. Um, it's a hard day in Sony. It's leading the charge on the death of it. And some people don't quite understand how bad this really is. Um, this doesn't just affect me as a gamer. This will eventually affect people all over. Um, Listen to music, watch movies. This will affect everybody in the coming years. And it's only starting now. And it's gonna get worse. I grew up buying physical games. I've grown up playing physical games. And I've always liked owning my stuff, right? You when you buy something, you kind of hope that the money you put towards it means that you get to keep it for as long as you are alive, or as long as you're in good standing with your financials, hopefully. Um, but not in these days. These days, you buy something digitally, and your chances of losing it are pretty high. Um, Sony just announced, actually, not even announced, they just did 500 movies that people had purchased were removed from their accounts. And of course, because obviously they were not refunded. So people, um, for a very, very poor example, just donate it to Sony. Um, and they don't get to watch those movies again. And a lot of them were big, heavy hitters, movies that people cared about, grew up with, or it might have been their favorite movie of all time. Terminator 2, Spider Man, a bunch of other movies. So many that are just gone now. Uh, well, not gone for good, of course. You can still buy them somewhere else, and they're still very much physically available, but Sony pulled them from their own storefront. So anybody who bought them from there is have luck. And recently, actually, as of this recording yesterday, a game was pulled from Nintendo eShop, or if you're not into gaming, it's just a digital storefront for them to buy the games. It is not a Nintendo eShop. Called Cruisin' Blast, and I heard about this and found out that Best Buy was still selling physical copies. And me being the physical owner that I am, I figured, well, I might as well buy it before it's too late. It almost fell. Here it is. I am now one of maybe a couple million who can still play this game because I have it physically in my hands now. There are people who bought this game digitally, I think, who can still download it. But there are people who are now finding out that this game exists and that they can't buy it and play it. That's a shame. That's a real, real shame. I've never played this series. I'm excited to give it a try. I will be playing it, obviously. I'm not one of those buys the games and then just doesn't play them to hog them or sell them. This will be played. I've already opened it. The sheet wrapping is gone, so it already loses quite a bit of value. At least in the Pokemon card world, they would. Um, but yeah, this is gonna go further than this. It's gonna hit your CDs. It's gonna hit your Blu-rays and your 4K DVD movies. It's gonna hit the vinyl records, which I actually have quite a couple down over in this corner over here, because I do also like vinyl music. I do like having physical things, um, and I just don't want to support any of this. I think it's very clear to myself, unless Sony changes this, I'm not buying a PlayStation 6. And rumors are Xbox is no different at the moment, so I don't think I'll honestly be playing any Xbox games for a while either. I unfortunately will be sticking to Switch so far, as they haven't announced anything anti-physical at the moment, and computer, which I haven't even got one yet, but I'm working on it because this is big to me. Um, this isn't really just like a hobby at this point. This is for the sake of preservation, for the sake of basic physical rights to our consumers, right? We have a right to buy something physically and actually own it. We have a right for something to be physically so that we can preserve it. Um, Especially in a medium that's been supporting physical for almost 3 decades now at this point. So, and if you're including movies and music, then this is almost 5 decades at this point. So, yeah, I'm going to leave some links down in the description to a change.org petition to hopefully maybe open up Sony's eyes just a little bit, because let's be realistic, they're not going to care. They're not. That's the reality of this, and we're going to fight, and it's not going to really matter for much. So, we can still give it a shot. We're going to give it a shot. We also got the Stop Killing Games movement. That's still fighting, even though they've had quite a bit of failure, not on their part, but on the government's part. I'm releasing this to change.org. I hope you petition it. If you're coming from my Instagram, sorry I flooded you guys with a bunch of these videos of Sony and stuff and the petition. Um, but this matters to me a lot, and it should matter to a lot of people too, even if you aren't buying physically any games at this point. But yeah, physical media is dying. I didn't try to kill it, okay? I mean, yeah, I bought a couple digital games myself. I'm not exempt from this, but I did it because I didn't have money. Now I got a bit. I won't lie, I'm not rich, I'm nowhere near it, but I can, buy a game or two here or there, more so than I could before. And so, of course, I've always just gonna buy it physically. This is just where I've always gone, and I won't be able to do that for a while, and it hurts to see a part of my childhood going away. Yeah, end of an era. Well, I guess now that my little talk is done, I guess I should do a little update since I clearly haven't made a video in forever. Um, for you guys, you who are returning, and maybe possibly you who might be new. Um, I got a job, so I've been doing some work, getting some money. Actually, you guys are currently sitting on top of a desk that I didn't have for ever. I never had a desk for a while. So, as you can tell, my hands resting on it now. So we got some progress going. I have a camera now. It's over. Actually, connected to my PlayStation, ironically. Oh no, actually, it's connected to my Switch too. Sorry, I got a Switch too as well. Um, but I think some of you guys already know that by now. I got a camera. I will be getting a PC, so that's that. I will try to get it up and running, get things working on it, and streaming and gaming videos should, or not just gaming videos, but general videos, should be coming a little more frequently now that I have something that will allow me to properly emphasize my passion than just a phone, because that's what I've been doing for the past like 10 years at this point. Not 10, maybe like six, five-ish sixes. Um, a lot of my skits, I used computers from my school, and that's what made my videos a bit more higher quality. And why I liked doing it is what I figured that's why I really found my love for this. So it's gonna be nice to like finally get something to help me get back up to that point. And I can't wait for that to happen. Uh, but I also need a chair at the moment. I look like I'm sitting, which is kind of cool. But I'm sitting on a backpack that can be converted into a chair, and it's not very comfortable for long periods of time. So I will be definitely gonna be getting a chair, a proper chair, because I have a floor chair. Because I used to sit on the floor all the time. But I'll be getting a floor chair. I might do a small like desk setup, room setup room tour video to give you like a look at the new setup going. As you can kind of tell, most of my setup is Legos. I have this whole shelf here is just Legos. I have a little mini bookshelf here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but even far back, it's got amiibos and stuff. I got a TV stand where all the stuff is. There's my Switch 2, my GameCube. And there's a little rack here. It's a light. Has more Legos. And then I have my desk, which has games and lights. If you can't tell, the weird illumination I'm having isn't from the lamp. It's actually from some lights, LED lights I have at the top here. I got to watch. This is not important. But yeah, we're working it. And I want to get back on my feet when it comes to videos and streaming. In maybe the next 2 months. But realistically, for no matter of fact, it will likely happen by the end of the year. So, I guess don't keep your hopes up for the 2 months, but I'm gonna give it my best go. I'm saving some money here and there to get a chair at least because I have a computer coming. I need to buy a monitor. Actually, I don't even have a monitor. I have a keyboard, I have a mouse, and I have a monitor. But I have to buy one of those as well. This chair I'm using is temporary, but realistically, I could use it until I get a big proper chair. So I could probably live with a bit of a butt pain for a minute just to get a proper setup going. But yeah, things are looking up for this, not so much for the physical media, sadly. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to get back in the swing of things. Um, Sorry it's been so long. It's gonna be quite a bit longer, but we're gonna get there eventually, and I can start doing the things I really want to do again. So yeah, look forward to that hopefully. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for returning. Who've been sticking around for a long time now. Um, yeah, I'll see you guys next video at some point.